30 seconds to go. It's back again. It's Saturday. You know what time it is. It's time for that Zwift Tiny Insiders. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this race. We out here looking at this race, and I can't remember what this race was. I know one thing about it was that I couldn't remember what this one was, what route this was. So I knew it was hilly, but I didn't know exactly where the hill was. I knew maybe at the end, but I tried to keep with the pace with everybody. We had 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And on this race, I was doing pretty good. I'm riding with the pack. All these races I ride with the pack. I have a flood F up in the end of the last race, and you'll get to see what I did. I really F myself on that one. I'm just gonna say it like that. But on this race, we pull off, and I'm in the pack, and I'm not really pushing hard. I know that eventually I'm gonna catch up. When we turn here, it was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna ride with the pack out with this one, and it was a pretty good ride. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. It was a 2-mile ride, and so normally when they had that hill at the end, the hill is usually, it's like a 3.5-mile ride, and that's why I didn't know what this ride was actually about. Because it said hilly, but I don't remember. It's a beach run. Only hill I remember is the ROM, and I was thinking, okay, if it's the ROM, I'm just going to put the power in, but I'm gonna ride with them and just ride together with this pack. So we was riding and we was getting out here, and I think Tandem came up and jumped in front of me, and I like following him, and you can even see when I do what I have the flub on the last one, you'll even see him tell me, hey, wrong bike. I'm gonna put that out there. So when he said that, and you know, we keep going, and I'm riding on this race, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're gonna do this little hill right here, but I should be able to keep up. Hopefully it's not a crazy hill. And that's kind of what I was thinking about. And when we came around this corner, I kind of knew where we was, and I knew what we was doing. So I was thinking, okay, I'll just stick with them. And I was looking at the mileage, and I was hoping that it wasn't gonna be one of these hills where we just kept going up, up, up. And I see that in front of me, but I'm looking at the mileage and how far we gotta go. And I've done these hills, so I wasn't too worried about not being in the pack. Maybe I should have. I'll tell you what I'm trying to figure out. What races do I go all out on? Some of these races I don't need to be with the pack, because just because of the sheer scale with the weight going up hills. Maybe there's some races like this race I might should have just ran out left the pack, and that way I could have built up a super high momentum to get up this hill. But as you can see, once it jumped to 12, when them hills jump that high, it really stopped all my forward momentum. So the rest of my momentum is trying to get it back. I tried to keep it up, but for the most part, I was just like, it's a hill that's pretty high, and with me staying where I'm at and trying to just pedal up to get up the hill, as you see, I'm starting to fall behind. I'm not trying to fall too far behind. It's at 7%. And I'm pulling away from some of the guys who walked up on me. Like because I've been riding a lot lately and really being more focused on my endurance, it is giving me enough that I can power my way somewhat through these hills without falling just totally off the mountain. Falling way to last place. So I'm getting better at powering through these hills. Now, as time goes along and as I lose the weight, which we will be scaling myself this week. Saturday, I will scale myself, and I will put it on the Monday Zwift Insider, that #1. It'll be at the end of that race, but I will have to weigh in on that day, and you'll see what I've done over the last month. Keep fingers crossed. I'm hoping for a pound a week. That's what I'm looking for, and I've been pretty consistent at pretty much half a pound a week. Sometimes I level out, but in 3 years, I think I was 480 some pounds, right at 480 some pounds when I got married in October 2020, and now I'm roughly 390. I think if I scaled in last time, so I'm hoping to be under 395. I scaled in last time, so I'm hoping to be under 390. I want to be 388, 389. So as I'm coming up on this hill, I'm powering through, and I'm trying to keep up with it, and for the most part, at a 6%, I'm not losing ground really. I'm just kind of sustaining where I'm at. As long as I keep the power in where I'm at right here, 400. It's not a bad race per se. It's just this week I've noticed with Zwift Insiders that some weeks are the hill weeks, then some weeks are the flat weeks, and then some weeks are the rolling by weeks. This week was one of them weeks where I think it was the hill week. Up until the last one where I made the mistake. Oh God, it was hilarious to see, but I will post that. That will be a Thursday race, but I will post it Thursday. I kind of post one of these each day. And so as we come up around this corner, you know, I'm by myself, but I'm trying to hold 17th spot. So in my head, I don't want to come in last. That's not, I don't want to come in last. Just because of my weight is not an excuse to come in last. That's what I should say. I'm a heavier guy, but I should be able to pull off just staying where I'm at or doing a little bit better. And so with my idea, I decided that I'm just going to stay where I'm at and try to, you know, I'm trying to put in a little bit more power. I get happy here because I'm thinking maybe it's a downhill the rest of the way, but sadly, it's not. Now I do see they give us an anvil block, and I'm thinking, like I said, I thought it was gonna be a down. I see the little -2. I'm thinking it's gonna be a downhill the rest of the way. I need the anvil block to give me all the speed that I can get up, and I think it was a downhill the rest of the way. But I had let them get so much further ahead of me. That was the problem was, and I think if I'd known this race in the beginning, I could have really hammered out and maybe stayed closer to 10th. And that's where I keep reiterating that the idea of knowing the routes. And the reason I don't know all of them was because sometimes, like I said, this race started out, it was 2 miles. I didn't know what that 2 miles entailed. So that's the hard part I have sometimes figuring out the race. And as I'm looking at the map, I actually see the blue crossing line finish. I start noticing stuff sometimes when I rewatch these videos that I didn't notice when I look at the map. And as I'm looking at the map, I see the little blue line representing the finish line. So I'm trying to get on around to the finish line. I'm riding pretty good. And, you know, I'm down to we're at 3/10 of a mile. I'm feeling pretty good. We're at the race. We're at a flat. I think it ends up on a climb. And as we come around on this, I'm still feeling good, but I know that I'm too far back to actually catch the guys way in front. And so right now, like I say, right now it's about holding 17th. I look down and somebody's 3 seconds behind me, but the whole idea of this race was just hold 17th, prepare for the next race, get mentally ready for the next race, and just use that to get you through the finish line. And so as I come up around this finish line, we finish up on this race. I want to thank everybody for watching me. Have a great day and ride on.